This is a resolution commending the Honorable Daphne Jordan for her distinguished service to the residents of Rensselaer County. And I would ask Daphne and her husband, Phil, to please come on up and join us up in front. And this is a presentation by myself. Any other legislators who would like to join me, please do. This is a resolution commending the Honorable Daphne Jordan for her distinguished service to the residents of Rensselaer County. Whereas it is the sense of our unique society to recognize the contributions and achievements of the citizens of Rensselaer County. We praise the career of a woman whose example has enriched the lives of the residents of the county of Rensselaer. And whereas Daphne Jordan has faithfully served the residents of Rensselaer County for so many years. First elected to the New York State Senate in 2018, Daphne won her re-election to continue representing the constituents of the 43rd Senate District and delivering real results for taxpayers, small businesses, and local communities. Senator Jordan served as the ranking Republican member of the state's Racing, Gaming, and Wagering Committee, the state's Native American Relations Committee, the Library Committee, and the Women's Issues Committee. She also served on the state's Agricultural Committee, the Veterans, Homeland Security, and Military Affairs Committee, the Procurements and Contracts Committee, and is a member of the legislature's Women's Cause. And whereas Senator Jordan earned a perfect 100% score rating 3 times from the Conservative Party for her strong pro-taxpayer voting record. In 2022, Senator Jordan was named a Legislator of the Year by the American Red Cross and received the Lincoln Award from the Columbia County Republican Committee. Prior to her election to the New York State Senate, Daphne served as councilwoman for the Half Moon Town Board, where she preserved and protected residents' quality of life. Senator Jordan volunteered her time serving as a trustee, member of the Executive Committee, and treasurer for the Clifton Park Half Moon Public Library. Senator Jordan has proven herself to be a forthright, devoted member of the New York State Senate, and her presence will be sorely missed. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature does hereby gratefully acknowledge Senator Daphne Jordan for her distinguished, conscientious, and faithful service to the residents of Rensselaer County, and joyously extends her best wishes for her future endeavors. You know, I thought about what I was going to say about Daphne. I've known her for some time, and it's an actual honor for me to stand here with her and Phil. I know if you asked her what her greatest accomplishment is, it's not her work with the veterans and other things that she's done. It's really, first and foremost, her family, her husband Phil and her sons Lane and James. She is a champion to our veterans. For all of you who know her and have attended our Honor of Vet ceremony, she is passionate about our veterans and our service people. Her legislation designating New York State as a Purple Heart state unanimously passed, and she also worked with several towns in the county to help designate them as Purple Heart communities. She was a champion to all that she represented, and she had a very hands-on approach. Her presence in the Senate will definitely be missed. You're a friend to all of us here in Rensselaer County. We're so thankful that you represented us for as long as you did, and certainly excited about your new venture. So on behalf of the legislature, I'd like to present this certificate to you, but I'd first like to welcome any other legislators who might have something to say about Daphne. One in particular, Legislator Casale, probably knows her better than any of us. So Dan, would you like to say a couple of words?
Hello, Daphne and Phil. And what a coincidence, Senator Jordan, Daphne's here tonight because Abby's in the audience, and Senator Jordan is a big supporter of Abby's. You know, so it's great you're both here together, being honored. But I worked with Senator Jordan, Daphne for 5 years, and then I worked for her for 4 years. And to let you know, Senator Jordan really cared about the people. You know, that was her, you know, it's probably 3/4 of the job is caring about the people, and then the rest is bills and the whole 9 yards. So she really cared about, and I'm going to tell you another thing that I think she might say it in a little while, but I believe Rensselaer County could have been her favorite county that she had. And we're honoring her tonight, so I wanted to thank you for Daphne for all you've done for our county. God bless you.
Anybody else interested in saying something? Tom?
Daphne, Senator Jordan, Phil. Senator Jordan, Daphne Jordan is a senator's senator. She is comfortable going into a room with anybody, going from president down to the newest infant. She makes people feel comfortable whenever they're around her, and that is a very unique skill. However, at the same time, she is a fighter. She is a very courageous person. She doesn't step down or stand down when she sees an injustice. She fought strongly for us, the residents of Rensselaer County, during her tenure in the Senate. I am proud to have known her, and I'm looking forward to Senator Jordan, Daphne's future accomplishments in her new role. God bless you. God bless you, Daphne. God bless you, Phil.
Anybody else? Okay, on behalf of all of us here at the legislature, we'd like to present you with this engrossed copy of this resolution, and thank you so much for your years of service to us in Rensselaer County. You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the kind words, Kelly. Thank you for this wonderful resolution, something that I will cherish. And I just want to say that it was an honor serving as senator and serving the residents of Rensselaer County. What a wonderful team that I had to work with in Rensselaer County. You know, you accomplished a lot on your own. I was very happy to help whenever I was asked to help in different legislators' districts. You know, I just appreciate all that you've done. I would always use Rensselaer County as the model county on how to get things done, because during my years as senator, I got a very close look at all of your accomplishments and doing it all with lowering taxes, right? So whether it was paving all the roads, and I mean, look at this wonderful building that you've moved into, all that will be helpful to everybody in Rensselaer County. I want to note that, you know, it's not just me that did the work as Senator Jordan. I had a wonderful staff, and everybody worked very hard and was a well-oiled machine. I want to recognize Dan Casale as someone who worked particularly hard on my staff. He was Director of Constituent Services, and last week we heard from the Director of Government Affairs from the Office of the State Comptroller that my office outdid every other Senate office in our assisting constituents throughout the state during my term. And a lot of that has to do with Dan's hard work. I would say most of that was Dan's hard work. So I want to acknowledge Legislator Casale and thank him as well. So when I hang this up, it's sort of like part of yours too. So thank you, Dan. And just thank you again, everybody. I am going to miss you. I still will be fighting for a better New York, but I am doing it alongside the Empire Center for Public Policy now. I started there January 3rd. I had my 2 days off from being senator and started a whole new career at the age of 63. But I love the people that I'm working with. I always use them as a resource during my time as senator and even when I was legislative director for my predecessor. So if you're not familiar with the Empire Center, go to empirecenter.org and you will see data-driven records and reports about what's happening in New York State. So thank you again, everybody. It's really, truly appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Good.
Okay, our next presentation is P2423. This is a resolution recognizing Abby Maloney as Rensselaer County Legislature's January 2023 Young Outstanding Leader of the Month. Abby, come on up. Bring your family. And this is going to be a presentation by Legislator Maloney.
Good evening. First off, I'm very honored to stand here today next to such an extraordinary young lady. This resolution is recognizing Abby Maloney as Rensselaer County Legislator's January 2023 Young Outstanding Leader of the Month. Whereas the youth of today are our leaders of tomorrow, they are the very soul of our community, and it is the sense of this legislative body to recognize the efforts of those who are exceptional and will inspire other youths to emulate their achievements, thereby ensuring a brighter future for our county. And whereas the Rensselaer County Young Outstanding Leader of the Month was started to recognize young people throughout our community who are making a difference through acts of charity, kindness, and volunteerism. And whereas Abby Maloney was born on Christmas Eve in 2008, and whereas while most kids usually celebrate their birthdays with family and friends and presents, Abby was thinking of needy families for the holidays. And whereas prior to her 11th birthday, Abby realized being born on Christmas Eve gave her the power to help others who may not be fortunate enough to open presents on Christmas morning. And whereas for her birthday that year, Abby asked her friends to donate a toy or book to the Capital Region Toys for Tots. And whereas from there, it became a tradition. For Abby's 13th birthday, she set a goal filling 13 bags of new unwrapped toys for Toys for Tots. She turned to the community to celebrate with her, and the event was held at the Spiegeltown Firehouse with a special guest appearance from Santa. And whereas this year the celebration was held at Colony Center Mall at the center court by the Christmas tree. She collected new unwrapped toys, books, and monetary donations and was a huge success. Now therefore be it resolved, the Rensselaer County Legislature is inspired by this young woman and her actions, and we look forward to seeing this young, outstanding leader do many more great things. And be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to Abby Maloney. Congratulations, Abby. So Abby is a brilliant young girl. She's done many great things in the community. One of the things that I love the most about her is she takes care of my wonderful grandchildren in such a way that everybody should see. And she does that with all the young children in the family. So everybody, all the kids in the family run to Abby when she's around, and she sits and plays with them and takes good care of them. So it's always good to have a person like that. But I'm here to maybe let a few things out a little bit, because Abby is also not satisfied with what she's done so far. So Abby is going to go out and she's going to obtain a non-for-profit status so that she can continue to do this in a more frequent basis than the once a year possibly. So look for great things to happen in the future. Abby will always be there, and it's most enjoyable to see the people that come not only from Rensselaer County, but when the event moved to Colony Center, she got the same, response from the community at the mall as she did from our own community at home. So I'm very pleased to say that. Dan, would you like to say something?
Definitely. As long as Abby's, lives in our district, mine and Bill's district, and Abby is going places. I mean, every time I go to a Tamarack game or I go to any function, Abby's there. And she's got that smile on her face that would warm anybody up. I supported Abby, anytime she had a function going on, or Toys for Tots, whether it's in the Spiegeltown Firehouse or if it's at Conley Center, I'm there. And Abby has a great support from Uncle Bill and Jay, the father. And I got to mention Mrs. Maloney out there, the grandma. She's here, and she's been one of the biggest supporters. So thank you for Mrs. Maloney for being here. And I know Daphne's been a supporter, Deb Young, Mary Pat Donnelly. We've all been supporters, but thank you, Abby, very much, and keep it up.
Would you like to say anything? Would you like to speak or no? No? Okay. You don't have to. Congratulations. You're fine. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill and Dan, and thank you, Abby, for all the hard work and dedication. It's exciting to see somebody so young is starting their own not-for-profit. We could all probably learn a lot from her and her family, so thank you all very much for being here. Okay, that concludes our presentation portion of the meeting. We'll now call the regular legislative meeting to order for February 14th. Again, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bailey. Here. Mr. Cassell. Here. Mr. Choquette. Here. Ms. Doran. Present. Mr. Fiacco. Here. Mr. Fleming. Here. Mr. Genren. Here. Mr. Grant. Present. Mr. Grimm. Here. Mr. Harrington. Mr. Leverage. Mr. Maloney. Here. Ms. Nichols. Here. Mr. Patiri. Here. Mr. Stahl. Here. Ms. Weaver. Here. Mr. Wysocki. Here. Mr. Zaluski. Here. Chairwoman Hoffman.
Here.
There are 17 present and 2 absent.
Invocation, Mr. Grant.
God, please help us all to make peace with yesterday and have an open mind and heart for today. Amen.
Amen. Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Grimm.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Chairwoman,
Mr. Bailey.
I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the regular meeting of January 10th, 2023, and approve the minutes as printed.
That's a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, moving right along to the agenda. Presentation of petitions.
On file.
Presentation of communications.
On file.
Reports of commissions.
On file.
Departmental reports.
On file.
Reports of standing committees.
On file.
Local laws.
We have one that's been withdrawn by sponsor and one that's on the agenda.
Okay, we'll get right to the index of resolutions. So as the clerk had mentioned, the original local law for the volunteer firefighters has been withdrawn by sponsor, and we'll move on to G 2823.
G 2823, resolution amending the purchase order of 5 patrol vehicles and amending the 2022 and 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. Yep. G 2923.
G 2923, resolution authorizing amended agreements and amending the 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budget, mental health, introduced by legislators Grant, Loveridge, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
16 ayes, 1 abstention. Mrs. Nichols.
So moved. G 3023.
G 3023, resolution authorizing an agreement with Northeast Parent and Child Society, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Loveridge, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3123.
G 3123, resolution authorizing an agreement with Brightside Up, Inc., Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Loveridge, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3223.
G 3223, resolution authorizing amending purchase of media and audiovisual equipment for 99 Troy Road Facility, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3323.
G 3323, resolution authorizing agreements with Northeast Parent and Child Society, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Loveridge, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3423.
G 3423, resolution amending the 2022 and 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Loveridge, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3423. Oh, sorry.
G 3523.
G 3523.
Resolution authorizing agreements with Berkshire Farm Center and Services for Youth, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Loveridge, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3623.
G 3623, resolution authorizing a contract for the purchase of bread and baked goods, Unified Family Services, Department of Aging, Senior Centers, and Sheriff Department, Rensselaer County Jail, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3723.
G 3723, resolution authorizing the county executive to execute an agreement with Meridian IT, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Loveridge, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3823.
G 3823, resolution authorizing an agreement for Professional Services Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3923.
G 3923, resolution authorizing an extension of a term of a grant agreement with the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4023.
G 4023, resolution authorizing a contract for court reporting district attorney, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4123.
G 4123, resolution authorizing maintenance agreement for hardware, software, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Loveridge, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4223.
G 4223, resolution amending the 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4323.
G 4323, resolution authorizing a maintenance agreement for the Public Safety Radio System, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4423.
G 4423, resolution authorizing the sale of surplus equipment, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4523.
G 4523, resolution authorizing an amended annual maintenance agreement for Department Pub Works Application Software and Service System, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4623.
G 4623, resolution authorizing the county executive to enter into an agreement related to the opioid crisis settlement agreement, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4723.
G 4723, resolution amending the adopted 2022 and 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budget. Bureau of Economic Development and Planning, introduced by legislators Choquette, Gendron, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4823.
G 4823, resolution amending the 2022 and 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budgets. Bureau of Economic Development and Planning, introduced by legislators Choquette, Gendron, and Nichols.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4923.
G 4923, resolution authorizing an agreement for substance abuse services, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5023.
G 5023, resolution authorizing contracts for electronic monitoring, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5123.
G 5123, resolution amending the 2022 and 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budgets for public safety grants, Bureau of Public Safety, and the Bureau of Research and Information Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5223.
G 5223, resolution amending the 2022 and 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, public defender, conflict defender, and public administrator and county attorney, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5323.
G 5323, resolution accepting a grant award from the United States Department of Justice Office of Violence Against Women and for the Improving Criminal Justice Response Program, authorizing a subrecipient grant agreement with Unity House of Troy, Inc., and amending the 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
16 ayes, 1 abstention, Mrs. Nichols.
So moved. G 5423.
G 5423, resolution authorizing the acceptance of grant funding from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services, Office of Probation and Correctional Alternatives, and amending the 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Stop DWI, and Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5523.
G 5523, resolution amending the 2022 and 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5623.
G 5623, resolution amending the 2022 and 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, public defender, conflict defender, public administrator, and county attorney, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5723.
G 5723, resolution accepting one-time funding from the New York State Department of Health to support Article 6 eligible services and amending the 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Stahl, Gendron, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5823.
G 5823, resolution amending the 2022 and 2023 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Stahl, Gendron, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5923.
G 5923, resolution authorizing purchase of a vehicle and related equipment, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G6023.
G6023, resolution approving capital construction HVCC North expansion contract change order introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Casal, Generin, and Doran.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G6123.
G6123, resolution approving capital construction HVCC North expansion contract change order introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Casal, Generin, and Doran.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G6223.
G6223, resolution amending the capital project for Hudson Valley Community College HVCC North expansion introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Casal, Generin, and Doran.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G6323.
G6323, resolution amending the 2022 and the Rensselaer County adopted budget. Introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G6423.
G6423, resolution approving tentative settlement agreement between the County of Rensselaer and the United Public Services Union, introduced by legislators Wysocki, Bucieri, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G6523.
G6523, resolution classifying action to undertake certain projects as a type 2 action not subject to seeker review, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G6623.
G6623, resolution of the County of Rensselaer, New York, authorizing the negotiation, execution, and delivery of an energy performance agreement and related lease purchase agreement with Siemens Industry, Inc. for Phase 2 improvements at the Rensselaer County Courthouse, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Loveridge, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P6723.
G6723, resolution appointing a member to the Capital District Regional Planning Commission, introduced by legislators Hoffman, Loveridge, Harrington, Grimm, and Doran.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
16 ayes, 1 abstention, Mr. Genrin.
So moved. P6823.
P6823, resolution recognizing Cornell Cooperative Extension of Rensselaer County for their contributions during National Nutrition Month in Rensselaer County and designating the month of March 2023 as National Nutrition Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P6923.
P6923, resolution recognizing March 21st through the 27th, 2023 as National Agricultural Week, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P7023.
P7023, resolution recognizing February 2023 as African American History Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislator Hoffman and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P7123.
P7123, resolution recognizing March 2023 as American Red Cross Month, introduced by legislator Stahl and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P7223.
P7223, resolution recognizing March 12th through the 18th, 2023 as Sunshine Week in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grimm, Doran, Fleming, Nichols, Weaver, Zaluski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P7323.
P7323, resolution opposing New York State's ban on gas stoves and other new fossil fuel heating equipment, introduced by legislators Casal, Choquette, Hoffman, Loveridge, Bailey, Harrington, Fiacco, Generin, Grant, Maloney, Bucieri, and Stahl.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P7423.
P7423, resolution adjourning the February 2023 legislative meeting in memory of Ann M. Maxon, introduced by legislators Wysocki, Bucieri, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. Now we're going to move on to the local law. This is a roll call vote.
a local law of the County of Rensselaer providing real property tax exemptions for volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers pursuant to Section 466A of the Real Property Tax Law, introduced by Grant, Maloney, Hoffman, Leverage, Bailey, Harrington, Casal, Choquette, Hoffman, Genren, Patiri, Stahl, and Wysocki. On the vote, Mr. Bailey? Mr. Casal?
Yes.
Mr. Choquette?
Yes.
Ms. Doran?
Aye.
Mr. Fiacco?
Aye.
Mr. Fleming?
Explain my vote.
Yes.
I'm gonna vote yes. It's, obviously good for the recruitment and retention of the good volunteers we have, protecting the life and property of our citizens and visitors. But I have an issue with the necessity of immediate passage. I see no reason to pass immediately, not that we shouldn't pass it, but I see a problem with us as a legislative body using this necessity for immediate passage when it's absolutely not necessary. We're doing it now and it's not necessary. We could possibly do it in the future when it's not necessary. But I'm for the the local law to enhance our volunteer service in our town.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jess?
Mr. Genren? Mr. Grant? Mr. Grimm?
Mr. Grimm?
I think this is a wonderful law that we're passing. We had a lot of discussion about it earlier today, had a lot of questions. I'm glad we cleared those all up. I'd like to thank our New York State Legislature and our governor for passing this in December. It is not only an important tool for recruitment, but it really defines who we are, and thanking all of these people for doing the work that they do every day. And as we all know, volunteer services have there's more training involved in them of late, and there are more requirements for these people to do with the whole EMT and the paramedic and whatnot. It's ever expanding, and anything that we can do to acknowledge the service that these people do and to thank them is a good thing to do. So I'm going to vote yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Maloney?
Yes.
Ms. Nichols? Yes. Mr. Patiri?
Yes.
Mr. Stahl?
Aye.
Ms. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. Wysocki?
Yes.
Mr. Zaluski?
Aye.
Chairwoman Hoffman?
Yes, as others have explained, this certainly is a wonderful opportunity to be able to recognize the volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers who work throughout the county for absolutely no pay. They sacrifice nights, holidays, away from their families, and this really is an opportunity for us to recognize them in a small way, but also to hopefully increase recruitment opportunities throughout the county and to hopefully retain some of our members who have been there for a long period of time. Some of them are actually members of the legislature, and some are sitting in the audience tonight. So I want to thank you, recognize all of you for that, for your sacrifice, and on that, I'm going to vote yes.
17 ayes.
So moved. Thank you all for your backing on this important legislation. P 7523.
P 7523, resolution urging and supporting the passage of New York State Senate Bill S 2048, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 7623.
G 7623, resolution authorizing and approving tentative settlement agreements between the County of Rensselaer and CSEA, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. I'd like to just offer my congratulations to the county executive and his staff who have been doing a great job with finally getting the contracts probably negotiated sooner than in history. So congratulations to the hard work on them, and also to our employees who are on the receiving end of the contract. Hopefully they find these contracts fair and reasonable, and we'd like to, on behalf of all the legislators, obviously recognize their hard work. G7723.
G7723, resolution authorizing a contract with Albany Medical Center, Department of Health, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
16 ayes, 1 abstention. Mr. Stahl?
So moved. G7823.
G7823, resolution authorizing employment agreement for medical examiner, Department of Health, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Mr. Grimm?
I'd just like to address this resolution before I vote on it. We discussed this a lot in special rules before we came to the floor. The salary on this is very high compared to what we have paid in the past. Going back to last time that we had someone, it is well over $150,000 more for this. Doesn't line up with other communities around us, but we also have been paying an exorbitant amount of money for Dutchess County in the past year or two. And I'm going to vote yes on this only because it's saving the taxpayers money going forward. But I think we have a lot of work to do here still to bring this down to where it needs to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Grimm. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. And that is it for our agenda. Legislative privilege? And since we have, yes, Mr. Maloney. Motion to adjourn, second? All those in favor? Aye. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
My guys are really